journalists can now be jailed and are being jailed in this country for, say, publishing classified documents, even if you don't know it's classified. They can read our mail. We can't protect our constitutional or our confidential sources anymore. We have a woman right here in this room, or she was here earlier, whose son has been in jail for 144 days because he's refused to turn over videotape that he made filming a demonstration, and the FBI came asking. Do we have a need for a federal shield law, and what would you do to protect and restore the rights of journalists?
The answer to your question is yes. And the end of this administration. Sure.
I wouldn't mean a lot to him because he supported you here. And he said give you a hug again for the camera. I mean, he was so supportive of you before when you were running, and in spite of all this, he still believes in American democracy.
Just to Josh, keep the faith, courage. So,
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm sorry for what your family and what Josh is going through. Let's talk about.
Is there anything you can do in terms of helping make sure that if we can get a federal shield law, it will protect bloggers and independent journalists?
Well, this committee that I have doesn't originate legislation, although we can, as a result of hearings, offer it. I would be willing to, as part of the media reform week that I envision, to hold hearings on journalists who have been either prosecuted or persecuted because of their defense of the First Amendment. And you know, this goes back to, you know, these issues go back to the beginning of our country, where the power of government is used to try to force independent journalistic voices to be quiet. And one of the resounding powers of democracy is a free and unfettered press, and it's particularly important for media reform because the corporate media, as we know, is backed down. How can we free those who are in the media and make them able to do the job that they love doing and make sure that they're not being subject to prosecution? And so what I would ask you, for those of you who are interested in that, help me build a case so that we can make the public aware how critical it is that these journalists have an opportunity to, first of all, have their plight be known so they're not forgotten, and secondly, to recommend changes in law, like a shield law, that would enable journalists to be protected. This surveillance society is something that needs to be dismantled, right? The idea of the Patriot Act and all of its errant descendants needs to be looked at and actually repealed. You know, the Patriot Act was a desecration of our Constitution.